Bear with me. Hello. Hello and welcome to the show. I am Stephen. You're all very welcome to Stephen's World Cup Movies and Music News live show. here on Facebook. And I hope you can all hear me out there in Facebook land and Instagram land and all the major platforms. This is a live interactive show, so bear with me and we'll get through this together. We've got a packed show tonight, so the best thing we can do is plow on. So hello and welcome. I'll just wait a little bit, sorry, the music is a bit loud there. So just feel free to comment on any aspect of the show as we go on. This is a fully immersive, interactive show, and I'm aiming for a dynamic engagement. Likes and shares and comments will drive it higher up the news feed and where it needs to be. That's great. So let's see how many people are watching. If you're watching, say hello in the comments there. I can see the comments and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. So, yeah. Okay. It's a packed show tonight. We've got a really full show. Let's wait a little bit longer while the people tune in. Yes, we got a couple of people watching the show. Thank you very much. We got Tommy Farrell there, and we have Connor Nolan. Tommy Farrell only enjoys platforms. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Tommy's a big fan of Slade and all the early 90s glam rock bands. It was great for music, not so good for ankles. Lots of ankles broken during those wonderful years. Dave Keane is there. Hello, Dave Keane. The one and only Dave Keane. Great guy. Nice man, a good hugger. I hugged him once back in the mid-1990s and I can still feel his warmth. So there's a few people watching now, and Connor Nolan says hello. Hello Nolan, Connor Nolan. And just waiting here. We've got a packed show tonight, so bear with me. And thank you. And just in this early part of the show, I'll just do a few technical checks. So is the music at an appropriate volume? Or is it too loud? Feel free to join in and feel free to give me all the... Okay, and that's... yeah. Cool. So, hello and welcome to Stephen's World Cup and Movies and Music News Show. The most comprehensive one-stop shop for all your latest World Cup news, movies and music. I'm your host, Stephen Patrick Stubbs. Well, yeah, we got a lot to get through tonight, so... The World Cup began last Thursday. As I'm sure a lot of you were watching it, this festival, worldwide festival of football, from Albania to Zanzibar, and every letter in between. A worldwide carnival of football, soccer, from the mountains of Kilimanjaro to the steppes of the Ural Mountains, the Ural Mountains, not Ural Mountains. I said it was Ural. This is great. Okay, the audience is still building here, so bear with me while I wait a little bit longer for a few more people to join us. If you're watching this, just say hello. You're watching, say hello. I'm watching. It'll make Stephen feel a lot better, and that he's not just wasting his time. So just bear with me a little bit. Just bear with me a little bit longer while the audience builds and grows across all the major platforms. Just bear with me. That's great. So we got a packed show tonight. Now over the next 3 to 4 weeks, until the World Cup ends actually. So we're, however long that lasts, no one really knows. We'll be discussing movies and music and football. Not always in that order, sometimes overlayered and underlayered, but always prescient and to the point and succinct and where it needs to be. So the first thing we'll do is I want the show to be interactive. I want it to be fully engaged. And I want you, the audience at home, to really participate as much as I am participating. The best way to do that is to build the best way to do that is to build a mighty fantasy football dream team. Okay? That's the best way we can do that. And how are we going to do that? Please turn in the music, Dave. Thank you. That's the kind of interactivity I need. Okay, the music is now turned down. So hopefully it's people watching here. Good. All the good people are watching. Yeah. Okay, cool. We've got people in Canada watching. Incredible. I just got a message there. So the best way we can build interactivity over the next 3 to 4 weeks is to build a fantasy dream team based on football players, music stars, and movie personalities. That's the best way we can do. So let's look at our dream team right now. Let's look at our dream team. Just bear with me now. Just bear with me. There's a lot of stuff to look through here. Just bear with me. Okay. So there's our team at the moment. Hashtag WokuMomu Fantasy Team 2018. So don't forget. Sorry, Dave said turn the music up. Okay. I was thinking it was already pretty low, Dave. You know, all those years in the heavy metal band I thought were damaging your eardrums. It certainly damaged mine. But no. Turn it up. So I think that's better. So here's our Fantasy World Cup team. As you can see, it's currently empty. Hashtag WokuMomu Fantasy Team 2018. So obviously every team needs to start with a goalkeeper. Otherwise, it's just an empty net and lots of men. So what we gotta do is we gotta pick our goalkeeper. Okay? We gotta pick our goalkeeper. So to pick our goalkeeper, we need candidates to go in goal for our Fantasy Team 2018. And as this is a movie, music, and World Cup show, we're drawing our candidates from those 3 arenas of life. So, who are our 3 candidates for our Fantasy Dream Team 2018 goalkeeper? Here it is. Here they are. That's right. Here are our 3 candidates for our Fantasy Dream Team World Cup 2018 team. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to use the emojis, specifically the reactions that Mark Zuckerberg recently gave us. In his wisdom and infinite compassion, peace be upon him, Lord Zuckerberg. So what you got to do there is you got to click the emoji to vote for your keeper. So first of all, we got Kasper Schmeichel, who is the Leicester City goalkeeper and current Danish national team manager. Oh, sorry, keeper. Sorry, 1 second here. This is I have a lot of incoming data here that I have to process. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Okay. 1 second now, please. We'll just get. We just need to get me on screen because otherwise the viewers at home will be confused, and we cannot have that at this stage of the show. There we go. Bang! And we're back. So, get your fingers ready. Get your emoji fingers ready there. And click to vote for our goalkeeper. This vote will continue throughout the entire episode of today's show, which is roughly going to be 45 minutes, which is coincidentally the same length of an international football match. First half, I mean. Sometimes the second half in extraordinary circumstances. Sometimes there's 4 halves. There's actually 2 halves and sometimes 2 little quarters, but I won't go into that now. So click your emoji to vote for your goalkeeper for our fantasy team. So we have, number 1, we have Kasper Schmeichel there. So click angry face for Kasper Schmeichel. Then option 2 is L337, the sassy English droid from the new Star Wars film, which is just in the cinemas recently. I'll talk about that film a bit more later on. So L337, click the heart emoji. Keep those votes coming in. I see people clicking the blue thumbs up. That's great, but it's not going to count in the voting system. Okay, don't be a hanging Chad. That's a term. That's a reference for that our millennials will have to Google. Don't be a hanging Chad. So just pick. So angry face for Kasper Schmeichel, love heart for L337, the sassy English droid from the new Star Wars Solo film, and then option 3 is Mick Fleetwood. Mick Fleetwood. Mick Fleetwood, click the wow smiley face. I think that's called, or is it shocked face? I don't really know what that's called. I think it's called wow. So click the wow face for Mick Fleetwood. And while you're thinking about your voting, who you're going to vote for, think about the attributes. Think about the attributes. Think about the attributes. Think about the attributes of each of these candidates. Just bear with me now, please. Okay, think about the attributes. Kasper Schmeichel, what's his attributes? What will he bring to the team? Well, first of all, he is an actual goalkeeper. L337, the sassy English droid from the Star Wars Solo movie. What does she bring to the table? Well, she's a robot, so a droid, so she's got incredible strength in her arms and legs. Also incredible intellect, so she's sharp, she's fast, probably faster and sharper than most human beings. Faster than Kasper Schmeichel? That's up to you. Mick Fleetwood, what does Mick Fleetwood bring to our fantasy dream team as a goalkeeper? First of all, he is well known as the tallest man in rock and roll. I think he's 7'4". He's also got extraordinarily long arms. He's also a fantastic lover. So each of these individuals has attributes that they'll bring to the fantasy dream team. So you need to think about that, and remember, no vote is wasted. Democracy works. Do not disenfranchise yourself. So that vote will continue for the rest of the show, and I'll give you the results towards the end of the show. Okay. So, Kasper Schmeichel, angry face, L337, love heart, and Mick Fleetwood, the wow smiley face and or shocked, I'm not sure. And we'll slowly build our team over the coming days and weeks. The hashtag WokuMomu fantasy team. And don't be frightened to use the hashtag WokuMomu in all your online dealings across all platforms. And we're back. Great. So the audience has continued to build. What's next? Bear with me now. Okay. So during the show, I'll often prompt people to comment or to upload photographs to my personal messenger or wherever you want it to be. You can post pictures of the show to Instagram, Twitter. In fact, if you want to contact me on Twitter or Instagram, I'll give you some of the details there. So to contact me on Instagram, you find me on Instagram with @Steve_Stubbsman. Steve_Stubbsman. Neil MacDonald has just asked, Mick Fleetwood would be good for a line or two of Coke at half time. And that's true, because Mick Fleetwood was renowned for his love of high sugar content soda pop. during his long and illustrious career as a drummer. So that's well spotted, Neil. And Natalie C. Black there, all the way over in Deutschland, is watching. Auf Wiedersehen, Natalie. I hope Germany is recovering from that horrific defeat against the brave Mexicans there the other day, and I'm sure Germany will come back stronger and better, more productive. Marcella is asking, are you wearing the same suit and tie as the poster behind you? Oh, wow. Are you referring to Gareth Southgate, the quiet revolutionary? Well, maybe I am, Marcella. Maybe I'm not. But I do look up to that guy, Gareth Southgate. I think he's a very underestimated manager and a very underestimated man. And he's a good friend, too. So find me on Instagram, at Steve_Stubbsman. This is just a house cleaning. We've got to get this out of the way each episode. This is just the house cleaning of how to build an online audience across all the major platforms. To find me on Twitter. Now, don't use Twitter that much, truth be told. So if you're on Twitter, please retweet this if you can. Yeah, retweet this. I'm not really on Twitter, but if you want to find me on Twitter, I'll be on @Madvertainment, which is an offshoot of my main company, StubVid Media. And you'll be hearing a lot more Madvertainment in the coming months and years. It's a whole new way of doing media. It's Madvertainment. It's adverts and entertainment mixed together. I'll explain it later. Yes, Natalie, I'd like to say my colour is from a bottle, and it is. The bottle is wine. It's just broken capillaries. It's okay. It'll clear up in the late winter. So, that's just for the Liverpool fans out there. Next year. Next year, huh? That's damn fine coffee. So find me on Twitter. Find me on Twitter at @Madvertainment. And you can also find me on Tinder. If you want to find me on Tinder, just look up my name under the handle Stephen40, less than a kilometer away. So you can find me on Tinder there as well. You can find me on Tinder, Twitter, and Instagram. This is just a house cleaning. We got to get this out of the way so people can find me and share me and the show. That's great. So just to recap that one last time before we move on to the show. Don't worry, we got a packed show. This is just a house cleaning. We got a packed show. So to find me on Instagram, @Steve_Stubbsman. To find me on Twitter, @Madvertainment. To find me on Tinder, Stephen40. Okay, so that's all the major platforms represented. So go forth, copy the links, and share, like. Great. This is great. This is wonderful. Hello, Simon Doyle. Simon Doyle has joined the battle. How you doing, Simon? Good to hear from you there, pal. A Liverpool fan holding a cup. It's a good joke. I'm not actually a Liverpool fan. It's just that most of my set has been purloined from local charity shops. And for some reason, there was just a hell of a lot of Liverpool cups in most of the local charity shops around these parts. What that means, I'm not quite sure. Draw your own conclusions. Connor says, housekeeping, surely. No, house cleaning. Pretty sure it's house cleaning. I'll get my team to check that. Okay? Check on that? My team will check on that. I'm pretty sure it's house cleaning. Now, we've got a packed show, so we better get to it. better get to it. Great, and don't forget, there's a vote. In case you're just joining us now, there's a vote happening. It's an online vote using the emojis and the reactions that Mark Zuckerberg gave us recently. We're picking our fantasy goalkeeper. Okay. Angry face catches Michael. Heart is L327, and wow face is Mick Fleetwood. Each of those candidates has powerful attributes, but who's gonna win? I'll let you know later on. I can tell you right now because I can see the comments. I can see the reactions, so it's neck and neck. And Mick Fleetwood has the longest neck of all of those candidates. Although I think L337 can elongate her neck up to 5 meters, but I have to check on the Star Wars wiki about that. Lots more Star Wars news coming up later. With a brand new Star Wars solo film just in the cinemas. I'll be reviewing that a bit later on. Great. So let's get to the show. And now for the results of the World Cup so far. Russia 5, Saudi Arabia 0. Spain 3, Portugal 3. Germany 0, Mexico 1. England 2, Tunisia 1. Sweden 1, South Korea 0. And we'll have lots more in the Sweden-South Korea match later on, which is by far the best match of the World Cup so far. But if you just bear with me for one moment, we will first talk about the England match, which happened last night. England versus Tunisia, which was a very exciting match and an interesting match. So if you just bear with me for 1 second now. Something quite extraordinary happened before the England match there in their training camp that nearly spun the whole English football nation on its axis, and it nearly destroyed their hopes and dreams of 1966 all over again. Because what happened was, according to Sky News website, is that England training camp there in Volgograd, Novi Volgograd. I think check on that, please. Can someone please check me? If someone knows what the word England training camp is, please put in the comments there. Hi, Tig Williams. Superstar DJ is there in the comment thread. Thanks, Tig, for joining us tonight. Tig, I can't do an upper class BBC English accent, but I can do a Cockney accent, which I'll do a little bit later on for the few people who will be left watching in the last 10 to 15 minutes. No, I'm just joking. We're building an audience here. And so anyway, the England training ground was infestated by a swarm of killer flies. That's no lie. According to the Sky News website, World Cup 2018, England stars do battle with flies before opener against Tunisia. Can you imagine? You're training for the biggest World Cup match of your career. Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Pickford, Kyle Walker, and Lampard. Is he still there? I don't know. Anyway, so alright, Toig, I'll give me impression of a Cockney football score keeper a little bit later on. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, the England training squad was infestated with killer flies. But in fairness to them, they rallied against Tunisia, who were a fantastic North African team, one of the strongest teams in North Africa without a doubt. And England rallied with 2-headed goals by the inevitable Harry Kane, who I've put €5 on to be the top goal scorer in this World Cup and the next World Cup. An interesting double. I got 18-1 at that, which is pretty good, I think. one problem is like, I can't cash it for another 4 years, and let's face it, that's a long time in politics. That's great. So, anyway, the infestation of flies on the England training squad got me thinking about one of my favourite movies, because remember, this is a football, movies and music show. It got me thinking about one of my favourite movies from 1978, which is called The Swarm, starring Michael Caine and Richard Widmark and lots of other people. Richard Clayderman, I think, is in it. And so I think what we'll do is we'll play a few clips from The Swarm, because The Swarm was a kind of a docudrama from the late 1970s, when there was a great fear amongst left-leaning liberals in Western capitalist society about an invasion of killer bees. It was all the rage back then. Are the killer bees coming? Are they coming to kill us because we're decadent capitalists? Because the killer bees never attacked the Soviet Union. It was always America or England, sometimes Mexico. But it was never... Anyway, the point I'm making to you is, here's a clip from The Swarm.
Oh my God! Bees! Bees! Millions of bees! Air Search 2-8 to base! Bees! Millions of bees!
Bees!
I am losing power! Oh my God!
That was just a clip from The Swarm, and we'll have a lot more clips from The Swarm later on in the show. And if you're just joining us, the reason we're showing clips from The Swarm is that this is because this is a World Cup movies and music show where we're intermingling all three genres into one fantastic smorgasbord of delights. And the England team were infested with flies just before the match yesterday, but they struggled through. That Blitz spirit got them through with two fantastic headed goals by Harry Kane. Hi, Will Devine, all the way there in Spain. Arrivederci, Will. Hope you're doing well. Hola. I'll be coming over to visit real soon. I'm serious. Okay, great. Everyone's watching. Great. We got dozens of people watching. And just if you're joining us, remember, we're voting for our fantasy dream team here over the next 3 to 4 weeks, or however long the World Cup lasts. No one's quite sure. I think it's to do when the full moon falls on Moscow in mid-July. It's something to do with that. I don't really know the details. So, we're voting for our dream team. At the moment, we got no one there at all. See? So we got to fill it in the number one spot. Our goalkeeper has to be picked first. And our candidates are Kasper Schmeichel, select Angry Face, L337 from Solo Star Wars Movie, A Solo Story, press Love Heart, or Mick Fleetwood, the tallest drummer in human history. Click the shock face. Grand job. Okay. Absolutely, Natalie. Let's all go to Spain. The rain in Spain falls mostly on Ireland. It's an old joke I used to tell in mixed company, but not anymore. Great stuff. Where are we now? Talk amongst yourselves there. Bear with me for a second. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Okay. So during the show, if you have any, if you want to put photographs in the comment thread, or just directly message me, or if you want to share it or anything, just bump it to the cloud. Just bump it to the cloud. You know, bump it to the cloud. Bump it to the cloud. Because once it's on the Once it's on the cloud, it never leaves the cloud. So don't be frightened. Put comments and pictures. I don't mind. I'm not here to censor anybody. Just bump it to the cloud. Bump it to the cloud. And we're back. Sean Thomas O'Foylon, which is the most Irish I've spoken in over 15 years. Sean Thomas asks, put on the Star Wars mask behind you, please. You mean Kylo Ren? No. But it's way too early in the evening for that kind of malarkey. But soon. Very soon. Yeah. So, cool. We're having a great time here. We're all bonding together in a communal family. We're fully engaged. There's fantastic immersivity going on here, which is what really builds the audience on Facebook Live broadcasts. It's about engagement, it's about comments, it's about likes, it's about emoji reactions, it's about shares, it's about, as I said, fully engorged engagement. That's what Mark Zuckerberg likes, peace be upon him. Let's keep on building our audience. We've got a long way to go. Okay, what's next? Okay, we're going to be... okay, so I went to see a film earlier this week, which is the next film from George Lucas and the team there at Disney, called the Star Wars Solo Stories. A Star Wars Solo something. Here's the poster for it anyway. It stars the incredible Emilia Clarke, who is the titular star, the main protagonist, playing Qi'Ra in a solo Star Wars story. Qi'Ra is introduced as an earnest thief in love with Han and dreaming of escape from the slums of the planet Carillion. They are separated by circumstances. Yeah, so basically, a Star Wars solo story is about the fantastic Emilia Clarke as the Qi'Ra character, and in her battles to escape the slave planet of Corellia with her sidekick Han Solo and Chewbacca. And what a fantastic film this is, as Qi'Ra leads our handsome stars Chewbacca and Han Solo across the universe in their never-ending battle against the evil Empire. I'm a star of the original trilogy myself, and I've been quite indifferent to the spin-off films lately, and so on. But let me tell you something now. Qi'Ra's Star Wars solo film is the best Star Wars film I've ever seen. And believe me, I've been a Star Wars fan for 40 years, since it all began. I have my original Chewbacca toy here with me tonight. Where is he? There he is. So there's there's the original Chewbacca toy I bought back in 1977. You can see it there. And there's Qi'Ra, the star of Star Wars solo story, A Star Wars Adventure. So there's the original Chewbacca there. There you go. That's the original Chewbacca I bought 40 years ago. Oh my goodness, if this toy could talk. Huh? If this toy could talk. Believe me, you don't want to know. You don't want to know that. Anyway. That's great, so I'd recommend the Qi'Ra Star Wars Adventures Solo. Great movie. Be out on DVD soon, I'm sure. So catch it there or on Netflix, or on Hulu, or on BitTorrent, or any of the major platforms. Great stuff. Hold on now. Bear with me. Bear with me for a second now. This is great. Okay, lots of things here. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's Mohammed Salah. Sorry about that. Bear with me. And we're back. Okay, cool. Great stuff. Thanks for coming. If you're just tuning in now, we're voting for our Fantasy Dream Team goalkeeper. Who are the candidates? There they are. Oh my goodness. We got Kasper Schmeichel, Angry Face. We got L337. We got Mick Fleetwood. angry face, love heart, shocked emoji, or wow. Keep on voting, and let me tell you, it's neck and neck. Woo-hoo! It's neck and neck. So really make that vote count. No new taxes. Sorry. Okay, well, back to the football. By far the best match of the World Cup so far has been Sweden's extraordinary victory over the South Koreans. A one-goal penalty separated the two teams, scored by Andreas Granqvist, which is actually his real name. But it was an incredible match. It was to and fro, back and forth across all halves, both halves, in fact. And our special correspondent in Russia was watching that match, and we're going to contact him now through the miracle of telephone exchanges. Brian Kerr. We're going to talk to Brian Kerr over there in Russia right now. Just bear with me now, and we'll just contact Brian. Let's get my headset on. Sorry. Let's get my headset on here. So, we're going to get Brian Kerr. He's over there in Russia. He's reporting on the best match of the World Cup so far, which was Sweden against South Korea. Which was 1-0 victory to Sweden, but it was by far the best match of the World Cup, and it was really a major milestone in the history of football. And Brian Kerr is going to give us a little chat. We're going to chat to Brian Kerr about that. Okay, Brian, we're just contacting the satellite dish now. Brian, can you hear me? Brian, I'll just turn the music off for a second. Brian, can you hear me there, Brian? Brian, this is Ireland calling. Brian, this is Ireland calling. Where are you, Brian? Brian, can you hear me? This is Stephen here in Waterford City, in the heart of the southeast. Can you hear me? Brian Kerr, can you hear me there in Russia? Oh, I think we have Brian there. Brian, can you hear me? Brian, can you hear me? It's Brian Kerr, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello to Brian.
But he's running back towards own goal. He wasn't going to do it. He was just going to pass it.
Brian, Stephen here.
No danger. He couldn't win the ball off. There was no point in making the chance. He's back so deep.
Brian, can you hear? Brian, this is Stephen here in Waterford City.
Little bit of action for Olsen.
In the Stub Vid Media Studios, in the heart of Waterford City.
No, after 15 minutes or so, they had a look at Korea.
Brian,
probably decided not too much about the once-we pressure. So,
Brian, can I just put in for 1 second?
Put him in a more advanced position. I think they juggled it about.
Brian, can I just put in for 1 second, Brian?
Giving it away far too easily.
Brian.
A bit lightweight looking. We're getting away with it around their own box. There had the best chance of the match. Looked well side of Margaret's side of the goalkeeper.
Brian, can you just be quiet for 1 second? I have to ask you a few questions. Just
maybe rejig the formation a bit, get some more into the game.
Yeah, you're okay. I know you were at the match the match was on Monday night.
Well done, goalkeeper. Not too likely unless Sweden score a goal and then Korea.
Okay, Brian, can you stop for 1 second and let me talk?
You know, they've lined up right to start the second half. You see, the system is.
Brian.
4-5-1, 4-1-4-1. There's Son back over on the left-hand side at the start of the second half. Doesn't look like there's any formation change or any intent to play a bit higher up the pitch. He's good goal scoring record, hasn't he? Kujak Cole, even at Augsburg, but you know, international.
Brian, can I just put in for 1 second?
19 international goals. You'd like to see him getting into that more advanced position where he can affect the game. Here he's on the ball now, but he's been so deep, having to chase back with his mate Wang Hee-chan. Both of them are back deep in midfield at times He's not too far away.
Brian, can I just butt in for 1 second? I want to ask you if you...
DJ Song, both back in deep positions. They're here to get forward.
Brian, you appear to be watching the match on a replay. I don't understand. The match on Monday night.
Straight away, career once Sweden have the ball down the half, and they just drop back into deep beyond area. Here's a chance for a break, but can they get up quick enough to him? It's probably not looking like it. He's isolated, and now they've slowed it down, and Sweden are able to get players back behind the ball because they're starting so deep in possession. When they win it back in the edge of their own box.
Okay, Brian. That's great. Thanks a lot, Brian. Thanks. We'll be back to you real soon. We'll check in with you soon. That's a great. Thanks.
Too far, or Lee Young drawn in too far. Comes inside. Thinks he's opening up for himself. He had a left foot. He could have went on.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you. And that's we used up all our phone credit there, I think. Thanks a lot, Brian. We'll get back to you later on in the World Cup. Great guy. Man, that guy sure does know how to talk, huh? Wow. Cool. So hope you're all enjoying the show so far. Lots more to come. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves there. Cool. So what do we have next? We have bit of music news intermingled with World Cup news. Just before the World Cup kicked off, France sacked their manager Julien Lopetegui in one of the strangest and most volatile moments of any World Cup. To sack a manager just before you go on stage is akin to sacking your guitar player just before you go on stage. Which reminds me of some of the great band breakups, such as Oasis, the Eagles, and the little known death metal band Jagged Flower Pot. And we have an actual clip of the actual breakup of Jagged Flower Pot, which was filmed by a member of the Live Leak staff. We got that here, we'll just show that now. A band actually breaking up in real time on camera. Just give me a second now and I'll find that for you. Here we go. Oops, sorry. That shut me on the screen to Brian Kerr. 1 second now. So here's the actual breakup of the band Jagged Flower Pot.
I'm 1986. Yes, Town. Stop the heart. Ain't no too late. You get. Love a bad thing.
Wow. What did you make of that, huh? I actually did a bit of research on that clip, and what happened, it seems that the guitar player in the band really didn't like ending the show on a Bon Jovi song, which seemed to be what the singer really dug each time. And I think the guitar player had said to the lead singer before the show, whatever you do at the end of the show tonight, do not do the Bon Jovi encore. And of course, as usual, lead singers don't really speak, or don't really listen to guitar players. And he went ahead and was about to do Shot Through the Heart, the Bon Jovi song. You Make Love a Bad Name. That song. I'm not quite sure what the name of that song is, but we'll get our team to work on that. And that was why the band broke up. And that was it. That was the end of Jagged Flower Pot. Great, so lots of people watching the show now. Great. Keep the votes coming in. Keep them votes coming in for the Fantasy Dream Team. There you go. So we're voting tonight for our fantasy goalkeeper. And if you bear with me. Okay, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to actually show you the voting in real time because this is the power of live Facebook. This is the power of live Facebook. This is the power. of live Facebook interactive internet. I'm going to show you the voting so far. If you bear with me. If you bear with me for a second now. This is very complex technological shenanigans I'm trying to do here. Yes, Natalie, I agree with you. That was a pretty good reason to lose the plot from the guitar player in that clip. You know, many a good band has been dismembered and besmirched by the inappropriate Bon Jovi encore. Believe me, I know. Great stuff. I want to show you the voting. Would you like to see the voting so far? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Here is the voting so far. The voting so far is... Sorry. There you go. Love Heart 0, which means no one has voted for Kasper Schmeichel. That is a shocking development. The only goalkeeper in the whole thing. Okay, that's typical of the modern voter. It's like voting for a non-politician to be your president. Sorry. Whoops. It's difficult to do. Wow, it's weird. Okay. Smiley face is 3. Okay, I don't think that's actually on the checklist for the... That's not on the ballot paper, I don't think. The smiley happy face. The shocked face emoji is 7. That's Mick Fleetwood. He's cantering into the lead. Furlongs ahead, he is. And there's one crying face. I'm not sure what that's about. No angry faces at all. Very strange. Oh, sorry, I'm confused. Angry face is Kasper Schmeichel. Sorry. Sorry, yes, thanks, Natalie. The heart is the droid, L337. So I'm confused, I'm sorry. And my team messed up on this. They'll be spoken to sternly after the show. So, L337 has 1 vote. Angry face is Kasper Schmeichel with no votes at all. So I was kind of correct. And Mick Fleetwood is cantered into a lead like a big, tall daddy longlegs with goalkeeper's gloves on each of his 6 arms. Incredible. Okay, so keep on voting. Thanks, Natalie. Natalie voted for just to keep the gender balance in check. L337 is the female robot from Star Wars, Solo Star Wars, a solo adventure. Great stuff. Oops. 1 second now. You shouldn't be seeing that. That's not appropriate. And we're back. Connor, you voted for Bertie Ahern. You need to keep those things to yourself, Connor, and not spray them across the major platforms. Sorry, 1 second now, bear with me. We'll have another clip from The Swarm. My laptop is just broken down, which is playing the music. So 1 second now, we'll have another clip from The Swarm, which is linked towards, if you're just joining us, the reason I'm playing clips from The Swarm 1978 is because on Monday night, the England training camp was inundated with a festation of flies who had hatched from their pupae in the lakes of Volgograd, and the swamps and lakes and fetid waters of Volgograd to invade the English training camp. That's why we're playing clips from The Swarm.
Hey, wait for Paul.
I can't, I'm starving.
General, every minute now is precious. We have been invaded by an enemy far more lethal than any human force.
Paul, listen to me. There is no bee in this room. No, there isn't. You are having a nightmare.
Only a nightmare.
In this scene, Michael Caine is...
The bee is not real.
Comforting a child who is haunted by the thoughts
you it isn't. Now,
of a
reach
giant
out,
bee.
and it will go away. You'll see. Now, please, Paul, reach out.
Reach out, Paul. Please trust me. Reach out. Further. Go on. There.
You see, Paul?
No bee.
We're back. Thank you. More clips from The Swarm later on. Really good film. I recommend you track that film down Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or any of the major platforms. Welcome to the show, anyone who's joining us late. Next time, be on time. So if you've got any comments to make or any photographs you want to put in the comment thread or send me private messages on Instagram or Tinder, just bump it to the cloud. Bump it to the cloud. You can hashtag bump it to the cloud. Remember, this show is hashtag WokoMomo. It's very important to continually remind the viewers of the hashtags. Good stuff. Now, what's happening here in the comment thread? Great. Lots of political talk happening there in the comment thread. It's great. This is a political This is not necessarily a political program. It's more a World Cup movies and music show. But if you feel free to interject with any comments about current affairs, politics, religion, engineering, the weather, the crazy world of Arthur Brown, anything you want. This is a cross-platform, multi-dimensional, fully engaged show. Nothing's off topic. Everything's on topic. And if in doubt, bump it to the cloud. That's great. Now, what's next on the agenda? Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that Qi'Ra Star Wars solo film, A New Hope, also stars the incredible Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson's one of my favorite actors ever since Natural Born Killers, and before that, Cheers, when he played the barman Woody. There he is there in Qi'Ra, A Star Wars Solo Story. And if you haven't seen that film yet, I recommend you go see it as quick as you can. Quicker than Qi'Ra flew the Kessel Run in 30 parsecs. A solo Star Wars story. Sorry, that's the wrong button. Sorry, bear with me now. Great. This is great. We're having a lot of good fun here. We spoke to Brian Kerr earlier there in Russia. He gave us an in-depth report on the Sweden-South Korea match. By far the best match of the World Cup so far. We also spoke a bit about the infestation of the English training camp by thousands upon thousands of flies. And that's why we're playing clips from The Swarm, one of my favorite films. The Swarm is a docudrama made in 1978. A warning from history against a decadent liberal elite and their contempt for the environment. And now it's time for 3 disturbing World Cup moments the mainstream media don't want you to remember. Yeah. These are 3 disturbing World Cup moments the mainstream media don't want you to remember. Oh yeah. They want to brush this under the carpet, but no way. This is the Italian chain chainsaw massacre, when a vicious thug, Chiellini, ended Suarez's career by scything out his front teeth. And Luis Suarez never quite played again for Liverpool. Vicious The second disturbing World Cup moment the mainstream media don't want you to remember is the assassination of Marco Materazzi by that coward Zinedine Zidane. You probably heard the story the opposite way around, but no. This was the foul, unprovoked attack on the gentle Italian balladeer Marco Materazzi. We can just see it coming up here. There's Marco, and Marco just asking Zinedine Zidane, how's your day going? Are you enjoying the World Cup so far? This is a great match, isn't it? What are you doing afterwards? Meet you for a beer. And then this. Marco Materazzi was killed instantly. And Zidane just got a red card. Didn't even serve any time in jail. But the mainstream media don't want you to know that. Anyway, and our final disturbing moment from the World Cup is Gary Lineker's just sickening bouts of onanism during the World Cup in 1990. Now, most of the cameras wouldn't show you this. They used to cut away to a picture, to Peter Shilton or something. But no, we got it on camera here. I managed to track down these files on LiveLeak and WikiLeaks and so on. Gary Lineker is clearly satisfying his sick lust for himself on the green fields of Italy in Italy in 1990. I believe this was the World Cup group stage against Ireland. Yeah, just as well they didn't show this on RTE television. Anyway, those are disturbing moments for the World Cup, and we'll have lots more of them in the coming weeks and months. Thank you. So we're about an hour into the show now. I think it's we've gone well over. We've gone well into injury time here, over an hour. So hopefully there's someone watching the show. And let's just check back with the voting here. In case you're just joining us, we're voting for Fantasy Dream Team 2018. First of all, we got to pick our goalkeeper. You see, there's no goalkeeper there. So the candidates are Kasper Schmeichel, L337 from Star Wars Stories, and Mick Fleetwood from the Fleetwood Mac Band. And I can tell you now, we're coming to the end of the show now. You'll be very happy to hear. And I can tell you, Mick Fleetwood has an unassailable lead of 7 votes. The closest is Love Hearts at 3. Love Hearts is for L337. So unless there's a dramatic change in the final couple of minutes, I think it's going to be Mick Fleetwood.
A swarm of killer bees is coming this way. I want every teacher and every student to close off whatever area you may be in at this very moment.
And that's our final clip from The Swamp, 1978. I hope you enjoyed that. Clips from that docudrama. You can find that on Amazon Prime. It's only $9.99 in SD quality. A devastating warning from history that we ignore at our peril. Okay. I think we're done here for episode 1 of the show. Our next episode will be probably Thursday night at 10 p.m. I will update you on the Facebook page, on the StubVid Media page about that. It should be Thursday at 10 p.m. So set that in your Google calendars or on your Apple phones, watch phones, and maybe make a note of it with a pen as well. That's great. Cool. So thanks for everyone. Okay, just before I go, don't forget, if you've enjoyed the show tonight, to bump it to the cloud, bump the cloud, bump up the cloud, bump it to the cloud. Share it and like it. And just to give you a little taster of what's to come in the later episodes, we're going to play a fantastic game called World Cup Bingo Balls. That's right, we're going to play World Cup Bingo Balls. I'll explain that at a later date, but there's going to be big prizes at stake. So make sure you got your bingo cards ready for the next episode. World Cup bingo balls. Big prizes to be won. Okay, thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to Natalie and Connor and Arch Stanton. Hello, Arch Stanton, all the way over there in Toronto, the home of the Toronto Bluebirds. What a fantastic hockey team they are. Thanks Connor, and thanks Natalie Black, and thanks Natalie Black, and thanks to Will Devine, all the way over there in España. Viva España. Sean Thomas O'Fuelon, thanks for watching tonight. Matt Scally, great man, good guy, a true friend. Great stuff, and everybody else. And Tommy Farrell, of course, was there. The platform comment, which I'll copy and paste into my files. That's great. We've all been... Tig Williams, thanks for watching, Tig, tonight. We've had a fantastic first episode. And join me real soon for the most in-depth World Cup coverage and movies and music too. You'll find anywhere on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tinder, any of the major platforms. So join me Thursday, maybe Saturday. I'll let you know with the next episode. Until then, enjoy the football and the movies and music too. Bye-bye.